time goes really fast. Or I guess really slow when you're up front. You think you're like, I've been looking for 5 minutes. Nope, been here for 30 seconds. So keep that in mind when you're up there.
Okay. Nah.
There we go, maybe. Full screen. Your show.
Okay. So, my thing that I researched was deforestation, and okay, and you guys are going to be like the Congress because I'm trying to pass a law.
Oh, something.
Yeah. Next slide, I guess. I don't know.
That's me. I have a clicker. Would you like it or do you want me to?
You go.
Alright.
So deforestation is a permanent destruction of forest areas. And then this video is going to kind of go into more depth of, like, actually what is deforestation and the different effects that deforestation can have.
What is deforestation? Deforestation is the process whereby natural forests are cleared through logging and burning, either to use the growing woods or to replace the area for alternative uses. What is the extent of deforestation? 12 to 15 million hectares of forest are lost each year, the equivalent of 36 football fields per minute. What are the effects of deforestation? Number 1, reduced biodiversity. Deforestation and forest degradation can cause biodiversity to decline. When forest cover is removed, wildlife is deprived of habitat and becomes more vulnerable to hunting. Considering that about 80% of the world's documented species can be found in tropical rainforests, deforestation puts at risk the majority of the Earth's biodiversity. Number 2, release of greenhouse gas emissions. Deforestation causes 15% of global greenhouse gas releases. 1/3 of these carbon dioxide emissions are caused by human activity. Number 3, disrupted water cycles. As a result of deforestation, trees no longer evaporate groundwater, causing the local climates to be drier. Number 4, increased soil erosion. Deforestation accelerates rates of soil erosion by increasing runoff and reducing the protection of the soil from tree litter.
Okay, and you can stop it there. So that was kind of like an overview of everything that I'm going to be going in depth with in my presentation. So different causes of deforestation are like logging and cattle ranching and mining and, of course, like cash crops for farmers and stuff. So they go and, I guess, decide what land they want and just cut down all the trees, and which helps with deforestation just so they can make their money. So deforestation is a problem because it pollutes the soil and the water, which can run off into the farmers' fields and also into humans drinking water, which kills the crops and kills any animals that drink that water and also make humans sick. And it also causes global warming because it adds carbon dioxide, because the forests are supposed to obviously help prevent global warming, and more than 200,000 acres are burned every day, and 768,935 square kilometers have been lost according to a study from 2015, and then there's the link to that study. So the effects on biodiversity is it destroys habitats and it separates parts of the forest from each other, which can also cause edge effects to organisms that live in the forest. And edge effects are like when, like an example from here is like how Louisville keeps growing and keeps getting closer to Shelbyville, how like farmers are losing like their land and that they use for farming, so they're getting more of like city life and more crimes are happening near them, and it's just stuff that they're not used to happening. So effects on ecosystem services is it causes droughts and severe climate changes because the forests regulate the amount of rain that appears in that area, and it damages the soil and water. So current solutions to deforestation right now are people are trying to pressure the government to stop companies from selling illegal goods and stop the demand for illegal goods, and also that the government will help kind of fund developing countries to make the citizens to to protect their forests, and they're also enclosing certain parts of the forest so the illegal loggers can't reach them. So the strengths of those solutions are that it shines a light on what's happening, and more people are seeing that deforestation is becoming a real problem, and it's also trying to convince the native people that they can protect their forests with reasonable funding that will help them with their farming and help them with their actual health, and that government is getting involved a little bit in enforcing laws, and Brazil is cracking down on illegal loggers and farmers and finally putting some of them in jail. But some of the reasons why their solutions are failing is because the government isn't being strict enough and are just kind of letting it go, because it's mostly big companies and industries that are causing the deforestation because they're rich and they have enough money to really do whatever they want. And some people are even forced to go and sell themselves or their families into slavery because they're so poor, and that's the only way that they can really make any money. So my solution is to try to convince the government to give a little bit more funding to Brazil, and to convince the people of Brazil that their forests are much needed and deforestation is causing pretty much everything around them to crash, and that to maybe give a tax break to people who allow like a certain appointed people that the government appoints to let them plant trees in the people's yards, and whoever allows that will get a little bit of a tax break, and to also get the government more involved and not care that they're big companies and try to actually put stop to illegal loggers. So avoiding the weaknesses, the government will face pushbacks and funding issues, and I want to try to get the government to put up more perimeters around the healthy forests that are still there, and to not only protect the forest but plant new trees for both the people's and the land's benefits. And then those are just my sources. So any questions? Yes.
Why did you choose deforestation?
I chose deforestation because I'm really just into nature, and most of the world's plant and animal species live in the Amazon forests, and there are so many benefits to having those forests because most of the plants are used for medicines, and there's still so many plants that we haven't even gotten to discover in the forests, and if they keep burning them down, then we're never going to discover them. Yes.
Do you think this will have like a global impact on other countries?
I think so, because the Amazon forest is so large, and it helps with global warming just overall, not only there, which is where the impact is starting, but it will soon spread. Yeah.
It doesn't make the greenhouse effect, like, its percentage go down, but not go as much?
If we stop global warming, us as people will still have to do more to help keep those numbers down and help, kind of rebuild the earth to eliminate some of the global warming, which may take a lot longer than our lives actually are. Did you have a question? Yeah.
I was going to ask, saying that they also burn down the forest, would that also
I'm sure it would, because of all the smoke from the trees that rise up into the atmosphere, which also contributes to the global warming effect. Yeah.
So if there was a wildfire that nobody really caused, like there are Is that the same thing as deforestation? Since it's not really called.
I mean, I'm sure it's not because forest fires do happen, but illegal loggers and farmers would probably take advantage of that and, use that to just clear out whatever has fallen and use that in their own benefit. No? Okay.
Very cool.